Hello friends! This Broody Hen is called the Halot Mage 8K by Creality that has been chilling on my attic since last year. So far it has laid a bunch of calibration test prints and a distant future relative of the Rooster, but none of these were designed by me, unlike this cutie, the topic of today's video. My name is Masha, and I'm a 3D artist from Germany who is currently obsessed with these beauties here. In this video you can follow me and see how I made a little army of chicken friends for the chickens I've painted in my last video. I'll include a couple of useful tips for sculpting, whether it be in Nomad or Zbrush here and there, and talk about my struggles as a 3D printing beginner. But first, let's grab an aesthetic drink, like all the other artsy girlies do it on here, except that mine's not really tasty. Although I've never tried, so maybe they tell us to not try it because it's just too delicious, or the secret juice for immortality, or just a one-way ticket to the ER. This liquid here is the ABS-like UV resin from Sunlu, and it's the resin I'll be using to 3D print my cock-a-doodle dude. I promise, this is not sponsored, I genuinely like their resin. It's super durable and strong, so I included a link to get 10% off on all Sunlu products in the video description. You can enjoy their products at a discounted price and support me at the same time because I'm able to collect a couple of points for each purchase. And in return, I can use those points to buy new resin and to design new cool stuff for you. But now let's go out, touch some grass, and find some chicks for reference first before I can actually start cooking. Originally, I wanted to give this rooster a whole family, but he won't be getting any bitches up until next Easter. Instead, I want to focus more on some other things, which I'll be announcing someday in summer, so stay tuned. I wanted this rooster to be used as a garden decoration, for example as a fence sitter or as a desk pet at home. Just a cute chicken friend that accompanies you while you're gardening or studying without all the shit that chickens usually produce. I sculpted our cock-a-doodle dude in Nomad to learn this app and the trial version, but I'm a dumbass and was forced to buy it. I was so sure that you can make exports for free, but I was hit by the hard truth. Anyways, it was worth it because I legally cheated myself to a €6 discount on Google Play Store by downloading apps for 24 hours, so basically doing nothing, and for that you receive points that can be used for Google Play purchases. Pretty cool. Anyways, I needed to import him into Zbrush to fix his stiff pose and to flatten some of the geometry, especially on the tail feathers, which looked super wobbly on my first 3D print. I won't keep the magic to myself, so here are my favorite brushes for creating smooth surfaces in Zbrush. They are perfect for a stylized look with sharp edges and playful geometry, which you can achieve by making lots of creases. Using the same brush, but in negative mode, you can create edges on the left and right side of a crease line and use the pinch brush to refine the edges. My second trick is about making feathers or fur-like structures like he has on the neck. You can use the layer brush and blend the layers and the main body with the smooth brush. Those are the most important sculpting aspects I was utilizing here, but if you have any more questions, I'd be happy to help. Besides the awesome brushes, I needed Zbrush for more control over geometry reduction since this polygon right here nuked my Cheeto box. Thank you, Decimation Master. Back to the topic of wobbly, I seriously forgot to fasten the most important screw on this whole printer when making my first print. And I'm saying seriously, because that's like the dumbest possible thing that could happen since this screw is the only thing that you need to take care of before hitting the start button. This single screw is responsible for holding the build plate in place, otherwise you'll end up with some abstract modern art like this here. Honestly, submitting this to some gallery would be quite hilarious. You know, you can interpret so much meaning into it when it's simply just a stupid mistake and incompetence. But stupid mistakes like those that lead to failures make me worried about 3D printing all the time, even though resin is fairly easy to handle when it comes to figuring out why the prints failed, as long as you don't have any I forgot syndrome, that is. It can be quite discouraging, especially for beginners, but on the other hand, you'll never learn how your machine works without those failures and experimenting with support settings. No way around it, you have to go through this if you want to achieve something great. That failure still ended up being quite useful though for the sanding and drilling tests you've seen at the beginning of this video, so there's that. Before starting to print, you need to take some precautions like wearing natural gloves and a proper mask because resin is a toxic substance. A ventilated area is a must-have, and some goggles to protect your eyes from spills or crazy supports flying around when you remove them would be perfect. I am really happy that the house where I live has an attic, otherwise I would have never bought a nuclear reactor like this. I printed 4 roosters and tried out different support settings for each of those. Supports are still a huge challenge for me, like yeah, I can go with the auto-generated ones, but adjustments are always needed because you don't want to have support markers left everywhere across your model, and optimizing their thickness and placement can save you some valuable resin. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to make lots of process videos because my potato phone memory is full, so I'll talk about what I learned from this little project while you watch me struggling with the supports and curing and washing the prints. My first model taught me about appreciating failures and abstract modern art, I guess. While my second model taught me what the elephant foot is that everyone on Reddit kept talking about and why you shouldn't place your flat model directly onto the build plate. Not really tragic, but I didn't expect it to be this extreme. I'm using a magnetic build plate, by the way, which was probably the best investment for my printer so far. The models are so easy to get off. Putting the metal back onto the magnet, which is attached to the build plate, is like a bonding ritual. But one wrong snap and you'll experience a little too much bonding because my fingers might become part of the build plate. But I still love magnetic build plates, and I hope that manufacturers will start including build plates like these as a default. They just work like a charm. As I've already mentioned, I really struggle to get off the support sometimes. I guess I overdid them a bit, but a successful finished print was more important for me at that moment. You know, otherwise I will get really sad and even more discouraged to print something. I also believe that you'll get better with each print anyway, so it's fine. I tortured myself a little more by wearing goggles, because unfortunately they're not glasses friendly, but of course I want to protect the last eyesight I have left. Speaking of eyesight, something interesting I found out about chickens is that they have monocular vision. This means that a chicken's left eye is farsighted while the right eye is nearsighted because chickens often tilt their heads while searching for food. They use one eye to focus on finding food while the other eye keeps a lookout for predators. Kind of like me, except that both my eyes are nearsighted and I use both just to find tasty snacks. Also, this fact gives the Russian metaphor "slepaya как курица", meaning blind as a chicken, little more credibility, because that's what my mom likes to say when I can't see the thing I'm looking for in the fridge that's usually standing right in front of me. So next time you see a chicken, remember, they're not just pecking around for fun, they're multitasking on high alert, using their incredible vision to stay safe and find their next meal. Staying on high alert and being careful are characteristics you need to bring with you for resin printing too. You should always stay calm and relaxed while handling resin and really never rush anything, no matter how annoyed you are, because you can't get your supports off or whatever. This will easily lead to unnecessary stress and, most importantly, unnecessary mess. Huh? What are you saying? What else do you need to do? This chicken here just told me that you need to join the vlog to not miss any more videos about art, painting and 3D printing. And hey, if a chicken can do it, so can you. In my YouTube Shorts tab you can find some of the sketches I already made for the designs that I want to paint, because now I have these quadruplets, which look a little sad, to be honest. If I had siblings that looked like me, I'd be tired of looking exactly the same too, so I primed them with this spray from the army painter. The acrylic can stick on the otherwise smooth surface much better now. And if you want to paint your own rooster, you can check out my shops on Etsy or eBay in the video description. I'd absolutely love to see your take on those. But I also hope that we can explore how the iridescent acrylics I bought just for the shiny effect on the feathers will perform in the next video. But until then, have a nice day, have fun creating, and thank you so much for sticking by till the end. Bye!